All right, folks, we're diving deep into one of the coolest sci-fi concepts ever: time traveling. Yep, we're talking about zipping through the past and future like you're hitting fast forward or rewind on the ultimate universal remote. But hold on to your flux capacitors, because we're not just giving you the Hollywood version. We're going to get into the real nitty-gritty theories, speculate a bunch, and have some fun along the way. Before we get started with this mind-bending journey, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss a single moment of our time-traveling adventure. What is time travel? The basic idea is traveling from one point in time to another, much like how you can travel from New York to Tokyo, but way cooler because, time. Imagine being able to witness historical events firsthand or see what the future holds. The concept has fascinated scientists, writers, and dreamers for centuries, sparking countless theories and stories. Whether it's through wormholes, time machine, or bending the space-time continuum, the possibilities are as endless as time itself. Time travel has been a staple in science fiction since H.G. Wells made The Time Machine famous in 1895. Fast forward to today, and we've got movies like Back to the Future, The Terminator, and Doctor Who, each with its own wacky take on how time travel could play out. But we're here to talk science, not sci-fi scripts, so let's talk some theory, starting with Einstein's relativity. Albert Einstein, the rock star physicist, gave us a good starting point with his theory of relativity. His theory basically says time is like a river. It flows differently depending on your speed and gravity. Imagine you're chilling in a spaceship traveling close to the speed of light, Speedy Gonzales style. According to relativity, time for you would slow down compared to everyone on Earth. Essentially, you'd be a time traveler shooting into the future. Another theory is that of the infamous wormhole. Brace yourself for some mind-bending stuff. A wormhole is like a shortcut through space-time. Think of it as a secret tunnel that connects one part of the universe directly to another. This is where people like the genius physicist Kip Thorne come in. He theorized that if you could stabilize a wormhole, probably easier said than done, you might be able to travel through time. It's like having a cosmic cheat code. If you weren't confused yet, well, you're about to be, because we're about to touch on some quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics, the strange and spooky rules that govern the tiniest particles in the universe, might also hold some answers. Ever heard of the many worlds interpretation? This suggests that every decision we make creates a new, parallel universe. In theory, you could travel back in time, but rather than messing up your own timeline and getting erased, sorry Marty McFly, you just create an alternate reality. Quantum physics, blowing minds since forever. Now, let's cut the science talk for a minute and dive into the intriguing question of whether it's truly possible to travel through time. Is there a way to bend the fabric of reality and move backward or forward to different points in history? The concept of time travel has fascinated scientists, writers, and dreamers for centuries. From H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to modern-day movies like Interstellar, the idea continues to capture our imagination. Okay, so maybe we don't have a souped-up DeLorean just yet.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
But how about practical time travel? Imagine using the time dilation effects of relativity for real-world applications. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station experience this, albeit minutely. They're moving faster than we are on Earth, so technically they age just a tiny bit slower. This might not be the dramatic time leaps popularized in science fiction, but it's a real-world example of how time can be manipulated under specific conditions. Imagine a future where catching a time travel flight is as normal as booking a beach holiday. Hey, how was your weekend? Oh, just popped back to the Jurassic for some dino selfies. Granted, this idea brings with it a boatload of problems. Butterfly effect, anyone? One tiny change in the past could unravel the future like an overcooked spaghetti noodle. Would we have to establish strict regulations to avoid catastrophic changes to history? How would society adapt to such a monumental shift in our understanding of reality? These questions make the topic even more compelling. While we may not have all the answers now, the ongoing exploration of time travel continues to push the boundaries of science and imagination. And here's where things get even more twisty. Could we, or should we, mess with time? If villains travel back to the past, they could theoretically mess with the timeline for their own gain. Cue evil laugh. And even with good intentions, tampering with time might have unintended consequences. Then there are questions of privacy, identity, and the rather important matter of not erasing oneself from history by accident. Remember that mind-bending movie, The Butterfly Effect? Yeah, that one where Ashton Kutcher's character messes with time and finds out the hard way that even tiny changes can lead to disastrous outcomes? Each change he makes, even the smallest, spirals into unforeseen and often catastrophic consequences, like coming back to the present as a preppy frat boy, or worse, ending up in a world where he's imprisoned or his loved ones are impacted. At the end of the day, the jury is still out. While theories abound, we humans haven't cracked the code of time travel just yet, but that's not to say we won't someday. Look at how far we've come. We've split the atom, landed humans on the moon, and even created the marvel that is the internet. And that was all in the last 100 years. Consider the progress in technology and science we've witnessed. From the invention of the airplane to the development of smartphones, our achievements have been nothing short of extraordinary. We've decoded the human genome, explored the depths of our oceans, and sent rovers to Mars. Each of these milestones once seemed like science fiction, yet here we are, reaping the benefits of these advancements. So who's to say time travel isn't the next frontier? Or sooner? It might seem far-fetched now, but with continued research and innovation, what we once imagined in the realms of science fiction could become a reality. The possibilities are endless, and the future holds potential we can barely comprehend. So, is time travel possible? The short answer? Maybe. The long answer, well, that's a story we're still writing. The more we learn about the universe, the more we realize just how much we don't know. Maybe some brilliant mind will come along with a mind-boggling invention, or perhaps we'll uncover some hidden laws of physics that make it all possible. For now, let's keep dreaming, theorizing, and gazing at the stars, always wondering if one day we might just step into a machine. Set the dial for September 2055 and buckle up for the ride of our lives. And until that day, keep those flux capacitors hot and ready, folks, because when it comes to time travel, anything's possible. I mean, it did work for Doctor Who, right? If you enjoyed this cosmic brain workout, hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments below if you think time travel is out there waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, space enthusiasts.